You think you're the guy who stops me from seeing my daughter again?
Get on the plane.
Only if you take your mask off.
Keep dreaming.
Somebody on social media the other day said, why would you cast Lee Pace and put him in a mask for the whole film? And I was like, well, you haven't seen the whole film, have you? While he might not stay masked for the whole of the movie, having an actor who's very physical was really important. I thought he'd bring real menace to it physically, but also grace of a silent movie star. He has a sense of humor as well in terms of, like, you know, he's the star of the show. The contestants are not necessarily the star of the show. McCone is the lead hunter. He's kind of like a rock star, and he enjoys making his quips upon killing people, and he has different catchphrases.
That's game. So there's elements of McCone that are absolutely performative. I mentioned to Edgar one of the things that I find interesting about people like him is this performative masculinity.
Search and destroy, gentlemen.
It's a bedrock that Hollywood is built on, this idea of what a violent man looks like and how he behaves. And it's not really accurate. It's a construct that we all are entertained by. All of us in our own different ways find that aggression magnetic, I think, even if it's a repulsive magnetism.
He is cooked.
That's nice. Ham it up, guys.
I've been having a great time working with the guys playing the Hunters. We've formed like a really fun little squad. We've been shooting together for a couple months now.
Frank's kind of the most psychotic one of the group. I can't speak for the other fellas, because, you know, we talked about how we ended up in these positions. Some of the guys said maybe they were pressured to do it, but I think that Frank just enjoys hunting people and taking them down.
Everything except the helmet, that was great.
Me and the Hunters did a really interesting military training. I always enjoy that stuff. I love getting to learn something new.
We had an active SAS operator come in and do a crash course with the Hunters and show us how you would hold your weapon if you were, say, creme de la creme versus, like, you know, standard security guard and everything in between. And they're real machine guns, too. I can say that, right? I mean, they are real machine guns. They're scary.
The Hunters are currently descending on the location.
Everyone is always talking about how we should be moving together when we're like breaching the YVA, you know, because we move as a unit. And hopefully that reads when you watch it, that you see that we're this well-oiled killing machine.
Who am I? I demand an apology. Him.
Action.
To get ready for this part, I was thinking about if you're on a show where you have to run away to survive, what's scarier than someone who's chasing you, who's faster than you?
Get in your fucking room, now.
So I started running a lot, fixing my gait and my form, and I'm pretty sure I'm faster than Glen. He's probably stronger, just like looking at him, he's a buff dude, but I think I could catch him. I don't know what would happen if I caught him, but I think I could tag him.
You got one job out there. Say what's on your mind. You're feeling angry, violent, aggrieved. Don't think before you speak. That's for pussies. Go off, curse, shake your dick at the crowd. It's all good freebie.
Dan Killian is like every other network executive today. He wants to do well. He wants more. There is no ceiling to what he wants.
Josh Brolin, what was really fun about him doing this part and the way I pitched it to him, they said, I think you just don't play him like he's the bad guy. He sees himself as the lead character. And I think Josh's performance is fantastic because he does exactly that, where he makes even the darkest, most fucked up thing sound reasonable.
Sign the agreement and change your family's life forever. What father wouldn't want that?
Killian doesn't care about people. At first, it looks like he does care about people because he's good at being able to intuit what somebody needs to hear and the type of tone that they're going to respond most to. I think it's a typical greedy man who has an evil lurking inside him, but it comes across as something intimate, charming, and connective.
Ah, there you are.
Ultimately, he just wants a more dramatic show because therefore more people watch it and therefore the ratings go up.
I'm married.
Well, I assume you two had an understanding based on her line of work. That was super awkward. I would never do that again.
Josh Brolin's the exact kind of energy that you love to have on set. He's a guy that really, really cares, but doesn't take himself too seriously. He really is just so teeming with life and feeling, and yet he's playing a guy who's absolutely devoid of feeling, which makes him the scariest person to be going up against.
Bobby T. Daniel, you son of a bitch. How many times I gotta tell you, do not put bluefin in my amuse-bouche? I know it's weird to see me in real life, but you'll get used to it. I'm flesh and blood just like you are. See you out there.
Are we ready for Bobby T? And now!
I walk onto this set and it's like, oh my, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought, this is huge. This is an arena. And then I was told that there would be over 300 background artists. It really helped me understand who I was in this world because I understood what I had to fill. I had to have that much size to command this audience.
Who's ready for a run?
The way Coleman was interacting with the crowd, I mean, he literally became a cult leader of these people, and it was so fun to watch. He's just made a magic. Wherever Coleman walks, you want to follow.
Because when the stakes go up, the shit goes down! You win 3,000 new
Bobby
dollars.
T is in the center of this game show. It's on, I believe, 24 hours a day. And so I think that he understands the culture. He understands what excites people, and the shame is what excites people is violence.
Oh, shit!
And I don't think he's too far off for what we are actually watching and what we're downloading these days. People love reality shows and people slapping people around and doing crazy things and being their worst Jerry Springer self. So he leans into it and he profits from it.
Just before we started working with Coleman, the Jerry Springer documentary was on Netflix. And it's funny, a lot of things that we've been talking about for years were suddenly like all laid bare within this one documentary.
Richard chose this path, and it's up to you to show him where it ends.
One thing that was interesting about it is seeing Jerry Springer as the ringleader.
And hunt him down!
Even if he pretends to be completely objective, of course, he's heavily involved in making the show, and that's the same with Bobby T, is that he's really playing the crowd like a violin and whipping them up so the audience hates their guts.
Thank you, I needed that.
I'll say this, I think Edgar, he knows how to bring people together. There's something that he has an instinct about, even with this dark film. I found a lot of new, loving, kind relationships. And I think that's thanks to Edgar's leadership.
That is a picture wrap on Coleman Domingo.
But also, I'm gonna give it up to the background artists. They were phenomenal. Because you can't do this stuff alone, you need them. And a lot of times people think, you know, background is background. No, they're background artists.
On your marks!
And they really help the fury and the frenzy of this game show.
Get set!
They really help make the film what it is.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.